on Thriving Thursdays, the second Thriving Thursday for 2019. Yes. So, let me introduce myself. I am Lakeisha Major, the founder of Journey to Greatness, in which I inspire others to not just to survive in life, but to thrive in every area of your life. You're not meant to just go with the flow, to go as life happens type of thing, but you are meant to keep pushing forward so that you can thrive in every area of your life. And what does Thrive stands for? Thrive stands for trust the process, highlight all wins, receive guidance, invest in yourself, vacate negativity, and evaluate your goals. So, in every area of your life, as you're moving around in your day to day work, home, community, make sure that you are thriving in every area that you enter into. What is emotions? Emotions are when you're happy, you're sad, you're crying, you're angry, you're mad, whatever your emotions are. And so it took me back to a time when I was growing up, and my mom used to always tell us that you leave your problems, you leave your stuff at the door before you leave out, because nobody really cares about what's going on in your life. And then when you come back home, you pick it back up. And so you walk around thinking like that people have a perfect life. Have you been out and you're like, that person is always smiling. They seem to have the best life, the best relationship, the best job, whatever is going on, that their life is just perfect. And you're like, if my life could only be like their life. Well, a lot of times we don't know what's actually going on in somebody's life, because we also hear the saying, fake it till you make it. So you don't want to stay in the sad moment. You want to be happy. So you go out and be happy. And that's what people see. They don't see the realness of when you're sad. They don't see the realness of when of things that are going on. And not to say that you're supposed to carry that around, because what does V mean? V means vacate negativity. So that means that we're not supposed to stay in that moment, but that doesn't mean that we don't have negative moments. And so I'm going to tell you a story of something that happened to me this week. So, dealing with my job situation, I was at home on Monday, and I just wasn't having a good day. I was really, really, taking hold of the moment, and I didn't know what to do really. I was just like playing Candy Crush. Candy Crush is really a mental downer time for me, but I was playing Candy Crush all day, and I just didn't wasn't in the mood to do anything. And sometimes that is the case. Not to say that, anything's wrong. You just have those moments where the weight is on your shoulders and you do not feel like doing anything. And I played Candy Crush, and I sat on the sofa, kind of like you're sitting on the sofa eating bonbons, or your big bowl of ice cream, or whatever the case might be when you're in those moments. And so the only thing that got me off the sofa is because I had to take my kids to their the practices. My son had training, my daughter had dance class, so I had to put some clothes on and take them, and I just really wasn't feeling it that day. And so I'm riding in the car. I drop my son off at I dropped my son off at dance. He doesn't do dance. I dropped my son off at training, and we're headed to take my daughter to dance practice, and she's asleep in the car. And I'm just riding, and I'm just riding. And I was like, I started feeling a little bit better. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. And then that song came on the radio, and I'm like, okay, yes. And I have been listening to songs the whole time, but they were like going in and you weren't really paying attention. But it came to the moment where I was like, okay, and I started dancing and I was getting all into, how you're in the car and your song comes on and you getting all into it, you dancing, and the people next to you probably think you're crazy, but you are really in the moment. And so it had me thinking about when we think that life is supposed to always be peachy creamy. Life is supposed to always be okay. And life really isn't always okay. Life has its twists and turns and its ups and downs, but we keep pressing forward. And so that's why I came up with the title, Taking Ownership of what you are feeling. And so in that moment, I had to really take ownership that I was really having a tough time that day. I had to own that for myself. I couldn't say, "Oh no, I'm really happy. That's going on over there and it's okay." No, I had to say at that moment, this is really affecting me. So what did I do next? The next thing I had to do was get out of the environment that I was in that was causing me to say, causing the weight to come on my shoulders, causing the me to feel down. I had to get out that environment to get some fresh air, to the cold fresh air, but it was some fresh air. I had to get out of the house, get out of that down feeling, and I had to go drive my kids around. It wasn't something that I just said, "Oh, let me just leave out the house." I really have responsibilities that cause me to leave out the house. But that was something that I had to do, was leave out the house. And then the next thing, so one, I took ownership of what was my feelings of the day. I got out of the environment and got some fresh air. And then I did something fun. So doing something fun doesn't always have to be spending money, doing all of these things. Just fun was riding in the car on the way to dance class, and I can't sing by no means. There's not going to be any me's on these segments on Thursdays. You can trust and believe that. But the song came on the radio and I was in the car and I just started moving. I was like, yes, yes. And so these are the things I was like, people need to hear. You don't have to have a perfect world. It's not going to be perfect. And it's okay to have your down moments where you just feel the weight on your shoulders. But we don't want to stay in that. We don't want to stay in those moments. You want to recognize the moments, but you don't want. Are you saying no? Don't sing to me. Me not sing. We might need to have a singing session. Just in case. No, I'm not going to embarrass myself like that. We won't have no singing session, but I do like to sing. I'm a shower singer, or the background singer that's all the way in the back. The mics are in the front and I'm all the way in the back, but I got your dancing. I'm one of the background dancers. Yes, I can get that on. So you have to find out what is fun for you. And most of the time, music is just fun for everybody. It doesn't matter what your type of music is, what you listen to, you're going to find some enjoyment in that music. So play that, go out, get some fresh air. It could be outside. Play that song, dance like there is no tomorrow and nobody watching, and just get out of that moment. And what happened the next day? The next day, I was so productive because now I was out of that funk. I was out of looking at my current situation and saying, what can I do next? How can I still be productive? And so I want to encourage you to take ownership. Think about some times that you've had that were some rough times and you were just down in the dumps. We'll call it down in the dumps. And you did not know what to do. Now you have some examples of what you need to do, a step-by-step of what to do. Take ownership. Own what is going on. Be real with yourself. This is a real situation for me. Yes, it is. And then you get out of that environment and get some fresh air. Go take a walk, take a drive. It's winter time, so please don't let your windows down in the winter time because it's really cold outside. But in the summer, you can let that breeze come in. Play your music loud, dance, and then come back to the drawing board and revisit what's going on. So that could be work. That could be whatever that you have that's on your shoulders. I talk to my son all the time. Yes, I'm the football mom. And so my son is in his junior year. And so he is really, really focused right now and trying to get ready to play for his senior year and get ready for the collegiate level. So he has strength and conditioning in school. He goes to winter workouts with his team after school, and then that's 2 or 3 days a week. And then he has training, a personal trainer that he goes to for speed and agility 3 times a week. He goes to DB training once a week, and then he also wants to start going to wide receiver training. So that's all of these trainings. He literally has maybe 2 days that he has nothing that he has to do. And so I'm like, you are tired. I get that. There's a lot going on, but I promise you, if you stay focused, the things that you want to happen will happen. But I told him to be mindful when you're tired. When you're overwhelmed, communicate that with me. Let's talk about it. What are you doing for relax time? Okay, you like to play the game, Fortnite and Madden and 2K, what's out now, 19, basketball, and you like to do those things. You want to go out with your friends. These are the things that you do to detox, where you're not staying in the woe is me, this is what's going on with me type of mentality, but you can take a break. Example, at work, you're stressed. There's a lunchtime. You should get up. You can come back with a fresh mind, with not being as stressed, with a fresh attitude, and you can get more accomplished than you just trying to carry the weight on your shoulders and ignore what's going on. So please know that vacating negativity does not mean that you ignore all negative thoughts, that you ignore all negative things that's going on. No, you don't do that. You recognize what is going on. You recognize your emotions. You recognize what's the situation that's going on. But what you do is become productive and counteract that. You don't focus on the negative things, you focus on the positive things. So instead of saying, oh, woe is me with my job and all of this stuff, oh no, now I can work on my speaking. Now I can work on some other business ventures that I want to do, as far as, a travel agent. I am a travel agent. I haven't done much with it, but I'm like, okay, now I can specialize in cruises or destinations. So, you want to go to this specific place, then I got you, because I've taken the time to work on it. I can clean my house. My house isn't totally clean, because the way that my life is set up, it wasn't really messy, but it wasn't what you see in the magazines type of thing. And so I can take this time to relax. I can play some Candy Crush. I can watch some TV. I can work on, training and business ventures. I can clean my house. I can do so much. So I'm focusing on the things that I can do, and not focusing on the things that I can't or don't have any control over. And so that is what I wanted to talk to you today about: taking ownership of your life, taking ownership of your emotions, taking ownership of what that you can control in your life. And once you take ownership, then you can vacate the negativity, and you can continue to thrive in all that you do. Thrive in your emotions, thrive in your finances, thrive in all that you do. And so I want you to go back, like I said, and think about a time where you had the weight on your shoulders, and how you handled it, and how you can apply these, recognizing your emotions and taking ownership, getting out for some fresh air, removing yourself from the situation, and then doing something fun. If you apply those things to that situation or that time, what difference could you have made next? And so when you go back and revisit that, then you can now start applying those things to the things that are coming up, that will come up, the bumps in the road that will come up in life. So with that being said, I am out of here with Thriving Thursdays. Thank you for joining me. We had, I think, Lori, Eileen, Melissa, Mike, who are some other people that I see? Anthony. The line is going up, so I can't see everybody, but thank you for joining me with this Thriving Thursdays. We will be back next Thursday. If you have any questions, comments, if you would like I said, for me to discuss anything, send me an inbox. Let me know how you're doing, how your year is going. We can talk about, maybe next week we'll talk about goals, being consistent, as we are in January, in the beginning of the year. But if you have anything, please share. You have joys that you want to share, please inbox me and share those things. I would love to hear your excitement moments, and not just your excitement moments, things that are going on that you just need to vent, and you just need to let it out. I am here, so make sure that you inbox me and send me a message on that. And with that being said, I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Share with your friends so they can get these nuggets just like you are, because what 2019 is going to be our best year. It is our year to be everything that we want to be. With that, I am out of here. We'll talk to you later. Alrighty, next Thursday. Have a great weekend.